Welcome back. As you heard, I tried starting once. Oh my gosh, so freaking close. So close. So my guess is it sounded like he was trying to turn over, and I mean, you guys heard it. It sounded like he was super close. My guess is the distributor is just off the spark. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull the distributor, which is right down there, or just take out the back end after moving the intake around. Anyway, I'm going to take it off, see if I can move it to spark where I believe it should spark, and then give it another shot. One problem is the fuel rail is still leaking just the slightest amount. So once I start it, I'm gonna have to shut it off fairly quickly, but oh man, so close. It's been 3 months. I'm ready to have this back. I've been driving it gallant. Look at it. There's one that I don't drive. There's the one I do drive out there. Look how freaking that is. It's just there like, hi, I'm boring. I don't want that. I want something stupid with a big wing that no one gets and thinks is dumb and flares and way too low to the ground. That's what I want. Anyway, this is getting really close. I'm getting hyped. Let's go ahead and get the distributor changed around. Alright, so I wanted to show you guys really quickly what I'm going to be doing before I just do it and put it all back together. So this is the distributor right here. Inside is this, and this spins around. This pretty much what it does is this is an electrical current. It goes and when it comes in contact with these little prongs, it sends the electrical signal. So there's always electricity running through this. The electrical signal will then just go to that, and it goes through the wires and into the spark plug, and then gives it electricity to make the spark. So what happens is when I put it back in, I didn't measure it up and decide which spark it goes to. So right now it's probably giving a spark to just any random cylinder. So when I set it to top dead center, I set this to fire on plug 1, which is right here, I believe. Yep, this one right here. You can see the number on there. Let's see if we can get it in focus for you guys. Yeah, so there's the one right there. And I had it set to right about there. So it says to fire on plug 3 is the first plug that I saw online. So this is plug 1 right here where my thumb is tapping, and then here's plug 5. This is plug 5 right here, and then plug 3 down here. So it's not quite on 1 right now. I believe if you line it up, it's on gonna fire on plug 4 if you look at it. And so what we're gonna do is we're going to move it over. So in order to get it to plug, so first let me take a step back. What we're going to do is this, look, the difference between plug 1 and plug 3 is 2 spots. So we have to move it over 1, 2 in order to get that to 3. So instead of getting everything to top dead center and redoing all that, spending a bunch of time on that, what I'm going to do is since it's at plug 4, go over 2 spots to then plug 5. That should theoretically line it up. So what you have to do is you have to undo this bolt right here, pull the distributor out, set it over, push it back in. The distributor will turn clockwise though when you push it in. So it may take a couple times for me to get it in right, but I'm just going to go ahead and set you guys up, and you'll see me probably pulling the distributor out and pushing it in a couple times. So yeah, let's go and let's watch it. Our distributor's back in. Everything's all buttoned up, good to go, and another shot and hope it works. So I'll set you guys up, watch the engine bay, and hopes and prayers, and we'll see if they will actually start. Well, unfortunately that's a no-go. Couldn't quite get it going. Yeah, I think I'm going to call it a day for this because I'm not entirely sure where to go from here. So I messaged a couple people, seeing if they could help me out. If you know, drop something in the comments. If I haven't fixed it by the end of the video, I'll definitely be scanning through. I need to listen again and kind of see what the differences were between the first and second time, if I could figure it out myself. I also need to fix the fuel leak. I think it's just because I put another wrong washer on. I gotta do things 5 or 6 different times in order to get it right, so that's just something you're gonna have to deal with on this channel. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and take a break, go inside. I have like 30 minutes before I need to head out to work. I think I may start doing one of the tire lettering. Just give it a shot, see what happens. Kind of relax a bit, put on a pot of coffee. All that good jazz. So, let's head inside now and just kind of get working on that one tire so that we can get that back corner finished up. We're back in our room. I think I'm zoomed in. No, I'm not. So what we're gonna do now is just I'm gonna set you guys up on the tripod, and I'm gonna see if I can get a little tire lettering on one of the tires, the one that'll go on the back left, and just give it a shot. You know, I got stuff laying around, and you don't learn if you don't experiment. So we're gonna go ahead and give it a shot, sand the tire down, then put on some white out and see how long it lasts. Cause you know, no harm in trying. So let's get going. Well, I'm just about headed out to work, but I want to give it one more shot. See what happens. So, let's see if we can actually get it started. New day, new me. Actually, it's the same as before, so if you guys are hoping to change, well, suck it. I'm not changing. Anyway, so yesterday we worked on the engine and wrapped the flare, but that doesn't matter at the moment. But what we did is we tried to put the washers on the fuel pressure regulator here on the firewall. That little sucker right there. And so when I tried to start the car again, it still leaked, but it only leaked on the bottom. And so the thing is, I had two washers sitting out that I thought were them. One was smaller, one was bigger. I assumed the bigger one went on top because the nut opens up at the top, and put the smaller one on the bottom. And so when looking at it, yeah, that top one sits really flush. I can't really get a video in there, so I'm not even going to try. The top one sits nice and flush, but the bottom one I think is just too small. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to find a bigger washer. Or first I'm going to take off the intake and throttle body again, and then try to find another washer to see if I can fill the gap, and then put it back on and give it another shot. So, yep, once again, back to the process of taking things on and off. At least it's only 7 bolts, that's a big plus. I'm not going to film it because you guys saw me do it yesterday. No point in just setting up another time lapse for that. So I'll just catch back up to you. After I get it back on, we'll give starting the car another shot. Alright, I got that fuel pressure regulator. So I got that fuel pressure regulator out. And let me show you the two washers that I'm talking about. So these are them right here. I have one big one and one small one. So the big one, so here's my fuel pressure regulator upside down. So the big one I put on there. And when I press it all down on that side, it was perfectly flush and it's great. But then I put on the bottom one, and I figured that's just the way it went because one, you can't fit it to the top, and two, it fit pretty snugly. But even so, it wasn't fitting to the point where it wasn't letting things not leak out. So I'm gonna see if I can find another washer sitting around, and then see if we can get it back on and try. Because right now, kind of clutching at straws. I put a message out on Instagram on my story and got a bunch of people responding back with help, which was awesome because I don't mind being told I'm an idiot and I'm doing something wrong, because I'd rather do it right than do it wrong. Even though 90% of the time I'll still just continue to do it wrong. I do actually like to hear. For those of you who told me my wings on backwards from another video way back when, it's not. That one, it's on straight, guys. Bully. Anyway, just gonna go ahead and look for that another washer, see if I can get it back on and try. But yeah, anyway, what I was saying was, so people are saying check the timing, check the grounds, check spark, check fuel. 4 things. And timing, I know it's good because I reset it to top dead center. I know the spark is correct because brand new spark plugs is sparking great before, and I checked it when I had older spark plugs because the way I knew them was I pulled them out, they looked fairly beat up. I was like, okay, let me just check to make sure there's actually sparking through. There was barely a spark, but still a spark nonetheless. So the ends were pretty bad anyway, so it had been having issues. So I just replaced them. Things good there. And I said check timing on top. I think I said top dead center, but yeah, I checked the valves too to make sure that they're opening at the right time. So that's set. Check air. Air is fine. Check the grounds. Grounds are all grounded. And then the last thing was to check fuel. And so, because I was getting suggestions to floor it just to get fuel back in there, so I ran it, and then I found that on the bottom of that fuel pressure regulator, that's where it was leaking. And it's not like just a little amount, it's actually pouring a good amount. There's a good sized puddle on the ground. Like all that black stuff right there, that darker area, that's all for me trying to start the car yesterday. Just those 2 times was just that puddle of gas right there. So that's a good amount, and your injectors aren't going to squeeze that much out with 15 seconds of trying to get a car started and still have enough to actually run it. So my guess is the car's just lean, there's nothing going in. So that's what this pressure is for. That's a long tangent. I realized I didn't really explain that yesterday, so I'm going to explain it better today, which I just did. So we're hoping to make sure that the fuel goes back through the fuel rail and not just out the leak in the fuel pressure regulator, and then we should be golden to go, hopefully. Alright, quick update. I was just looking through old bolts box, and I think I got super lucky and found one. So this is the original washer. If you started on top, the new one's bigger, which is great, and then, oops, there goes that. Even better, the new washer has a little rubber grommet around the inside, which is going to be a lifesaver, because hopefully that should give me a little extra lee room to work with it. So thank the Lord for that. We're going to try to put it on and actually get this going, because I'm more in the ready to get my car going. Ha. This interrupted moment is brought to you by me, who threw the one washer that worked on the back of the firewall. And alright, so yeah, let's go find it. It's getting real. Gotta freaking use a hose to knock down the transmission tunnel. Stinker butt pants face. So I'm gonna update you guys because I've been going at this for 15 minutes. There's no luck. So what happened was I set the bottom washer down on the fuel rail, right down in there, and then I had the other washer on top sitting in here to put on. And as I was putting it on, I didn't have my finger all the way over as I thought it did, so I put it on, went like this, and it flung the top washer down on top of the transmission tunnel. So I tried hitting it off with this, and it just hit it further down the transmission tunnel. So then I tried washing it out with water, and I've had no luck, and then soaked the floor. So, oh my word, this had better be the last thing to do, because this is getting frustrating as butt. Yeah, so that's that. That is that, and that's that. So at this moment, I'm so close to just like ripping out the shift boot and just seeing if it's under there, but so close, guys, so close. We'll get there, I promise. One of these days. Alright, so yep, I'll just give you more updates as I get closer or get more frustrated. New update because I'm frustrated. So I think what I'm going to do is just try to find a replacement washer for it. So the nice thing is it's just a generic copper washer. I just need to find something that'll fit over the end of this screw, and let's see if we can get the lighting. There we go, and seat it nicely to the end of this bolt to make it nice, flat, and flush. See, there's a little ring. I'll see if I can show you guys. Yeah, you can kind of see there's a ring going around the outside. That's where the washer was, so we're going to go ahead and just try to see if we can replicate that or find one that'll fit that. I have a bunch of extra washers laying around from different projects and stuff, so hopes are high, but once again, you'll get updated. So here's the washer situation we have right now. So here's the one right now. This is the bottom one that I'm going to keep because it just fits too perfectly. This is the original, no, this one right here. So this one, yeah, this one I think was the original one off the bottom. Not using that. And then for the top, kind of have a few options. So there's this first one, which is too small for this, but you can drill out. Same with these two, you can drill out. This one right here is a little bigger, but it fits really snugly right across the top here. Like that's pushing this far out, and that's leaving like a millimeter of room, which is perfect. So I think I'm going to try going with this one. It fits over top. It's a bit excessive, but then again, it doesn't hurt to have a little extra wiggle room there. And then this one will go right on the bottom, and hopefully we should be all sealed up and good to go. So I don't see anything wrong with this, but then again, I don't know cars enough. I don't see why it'd be a problem. The other ones again were these copper washers. If you guys see a problem with one of these, please let me know in the comments. I'm still learning this. I'm just going off what seems right mechanically, and like theoretically this should work, but then again, I don't know. Failed chemistry twice in college and still going at it again, but I don't see why this would react in a way that would corrode this. But if it does, hey, someone please let me know down below. I'd really love to know. I'd rather not screw this up more than I need to. So anyway, since none of you guys have commented by the time this video is up, and I've done this, which doesn't make sense, but anyway, just saying, you haven't commented yet, I'm gonna give this a shot because I just need something to do, and I want to get it trying, because if it does corrode, it won't be fast enough that it'll make any problems. So, but if you do know, leave a comment down below. But in the meantime, let's get this back on the car. Update, it's back on. It's not as tight as I want to get it. It's pretty tight, everything looks flush, but then again, I'm not 100% sure. I just don't quite have the right size wrench. I have a 15/16, but the right size of the metric equivalent beneath that, and I'm pretty sure it's like a 21 or something. But that's the best I'm going to be able to get for now, so time to screw everything back together and give it another shot. So what else could go wrong? Alright, so it's all back together. Oh man, hopes are high for this one. I really hope this works out. Yeah, it's all about ready to start. So I'm going to set you guys in the back by the exhaust for good luck to get the wonderful exhaust note when it starts. Not if, when it starts. And hope for the best, guys. Worst thing that could happen right now, I guess, is that it doesn't start. But second worst thing would be that the battery's dead and we have to build the suspense even more. Alright, so let me find my keys, which I threw around here somewhere. Hey, look at that. Black coffee. Oh, our shrimp tea. Yeah, 1 drop of cold coffee. No bueno. Alright, I'm gonna find my keys, sit you guys down in the back, and then I'm gonna hear it start for the first time, hopefully. Didn't work at all, but good news and bad news. So bad news is there's spewing fuel everywhere. Good news is I think it's just because it's not tight. Bad news is I have to take everything apart again. Yeah. So what I'm gonna do is the camera's dying, and I don't have the piece for it right now. So I think I'm gonna just take a break, go inside, let the camera charge, do a bunch of editing, and then come back, and we may switch gears and get the back ready for a flare. But at the same time, I think I may just take a run out and go get that, see if I can get a new millimeter wrench. So anyway, that's a bummer, but steps in the right direction. So, oh, I also didn't connect to the line, one of the airlines. Oops. Alright, so I'll catch you up whenever I catch you up. Alright, we're gonna make a run down to the hardware store really quickly and see if we can get a wrench that's the correct metric size, so that way we can get that bolt tightened up all the way and start the car. So, alright, let you guys know when I got it. 0 for 1, boys. Didn't have it. I had every wrench but the one I needed. So I needed the 24 millimeter, and 20, 21, 22, 23, 25. So, rippity rip. Gonna try a couple ideas, maybe, who knows, but we'll see. So yeah. So I was working on the car a bit more and no luck so far. So I got a friend coming over we're going to detail his car, or at least give it a good wash. And then yeah, so I may set you up, you guys watch that. You may not, who knows. But it's also gonna bring over some wrenches. So the next video you may see, if it's not washing the car, may be me trying to start the engine. So fingers crossed. I know. Trying to stay optimistic, but we'll see what happens. So, yeah, I guess if not, I'll just check in with you guys later. Didn't run. Yeah, so at this point I've taken it off and on so many times that it stripped out the fuel rail to the point that I can't tighten it all the way. So it's just going to keep leaking fuel. Maybe just time for 1J. Just like unsubscribe, leave the comments, guys. Bye.